This is a Little machine shop model 5500 high torque mill that I recently added to my shop. I've been using this system for about a month now to manufacture some parts for the Accu-Slice system that we market. In using this system, I've added a number of accessories to improve its operation for my applications, which I'll describe in this video. This includes some small LED lights to light the operating surface, magnets to hold the parallels in place, an airstream system to keep the milling surfaces free from filings, and a shield to protect the operator during the milling operation. I'll also describe the installation of the DRO, the direct readout system, and the Little machine shop X Autofeed system. I first installed two of these small LED lights with magnetic bases onto the mill. These lights can be attached into the mill head with the magnetic bases and the light positioned to direct the light source directly onto your milling surface for optimum viewing of the working area on the mill. Each of these lights comes with an on-off switch and plugs into the 110 volt output. These lights were originally designed for use on sewing machines, but they work quite well on the mill. I installed two of these lights, one on each side of my mill head, and directed the light down onto my working area. I also installed two additional lights like this onto my wood scroll saw. Several models of these LED lamps with magnetic bases and on-off switches are available on Amazon at prices ranging between $10 and $20 each. When using parallels on the mill vise, it's important those parallels stay, first of all, flat against the floor of the vise, but also flat against the jaws of the vise, so you can accurately position your parts when you're going to mill them. Most users have been using these small springs, either springs like this or leaf springs, to hold those parallels against the jaws of the chuck. But I found these to be somewhat cumbersome. First of all, getting the right size spring to fit in depending on the size part you want to mill, but then also as you open and close the jaws of the chuck, the springs move or fall. So it's somewhat cumbersome to use these. What I've been doing, I've been using these small 16 millimeter long neodymium bar magnets to position the parallels against the jaws of the chuck. I first of all position one of these bar magnets on each side of the vise. At the base of the vise, this holds the parallels tight against the floor of the vise. I then have positioned two additional bar magnets on each side of the vise to hold the parallels against the jaws of the chuck. And by doing this, as I open and close the jaws of the chuck, parallels no longer move. They're in correct position all the time. This makes it very convenient for adding and subtracting parts to the jaws of your vise. These parallels can easily be removed. If you need to go to a different parallel, a different height or different thickness, you just put them in, position them in place, and push them down against the floor of the vise, and you're all ready to go for another set of operations. Another operation could be done if I was putting a part in here, I needed to stop. I can use an additional bar magnet on the end. Now I have a stop. So every part will be in exactly the same position as I added to my vise to be milled or drilled or machined. These bar magnets are available from Amazon. They save me a considerable amount of time in setting up parts to be machined in my small mill. My third modification to the mill was the addition of an air cleaning system. I've been working on a project making about 100 identical brass blocks on this mill. I found myself spending a lot of time brushing out the surface of the machined part in the mill vise between each brass block before the next block was installed into the vise. This added time to the manufacturing process to ensure that the brass filings did not contaminate the mill vise for the next piece to be machined. So I developed this air cleaning system. First, I split my air line to my air gun at the back of the mill and added a separate pressure control to enable the precise setting of airflow to a 1/4 inch diameter flexible Tygon tube. I purchased a NogaFlex holder and attached the other end of the flexible Tygon tubing to the holder on the end of this system. Next, I machined a small aluminum block with a hole and set screw to hold the NogaFlex holder and attached this aluminum block to a mag jig switch. The mag jig switch or clamp enables the assembly to be attached on any location on the mill head and even on the mill vise. This assembly can then be mounted on the underside of the mill head, and the Noga flex can be adjusted to position the airstream directly on the mill cutter, blowing the machine filings away from the milling area and eliminating contamination of the mill vise jaws. This eliminated the brushing and manual cleaning of the vise jaws between subsequent machine parts. Again, a significant time savings. The Noga flex is available on Amazon, and the mag jig clamps are available from Accu-Slice and other suppliers. Finally, I added a safety shield to protect the operator during the milling operations on the mill. The shield consists of a plastic slanted sign holder purchased from Staples. The slanted surface of the plastic shield works better than a straight vertical shield because it directs the flying filings or shavings downward and backward. The plastic shield was mounted to the mill with some small magnets, either the same barb magnets used previously or these smaller round magnets. The shield with magnets can easily position on the mill vise and can easily be adjusted or removed. I'm in the process of installing both a digital readout called a DRO system and also a power feed to my little machine shop mill, and I just finished installing the Y-axis, which took me about 6 hours. People say it takes a while to get this Y-axis. It's the most difficult axis to install, and it did take me a while. I ended up making 2 brackets, and I made the brackets out of some 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch by 1/8 inch thick aluminum angle iron that I bought from McMaster-Carr. And I actually made 2 pieces. This base piece of the angle mounts to my sliding sensor, just bolts to it. And then I have a smaller piece here, which I milled out, and actually milled slots in so I can adjust it both up and down and in and out. And that worked out pretty well, but it did take me a while to get this all put together. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start on the X-axis. I just finished installing the X-axis, and I mounted the scale body right to the table, and it's about 1/8 of an inch below the surface, so it's enough room to put my cover on. And the scale I mounted right to the main plate here. I didn't use any bracket or anything. It took a little bit of finagling to get the alignment correct. I actually had to drill the holes twice in one area. But I got it set up, and I just put my gauge on it and measured. It's perfectly parallel, the entire stroke of the X-axis. So now I'm ready to put my cover on, and then I'll start on my Y-axis. Next I'm going to install the cover, and rather than use screws, I'm just using a little bit of double-sided tape on both ends. That way no screws stick above the surface, but that should be fine. And that completes the X-axis, and it's still below the top of the table surface, and there's no screws sticking up now. Okay, next I'm installing my power feed back on. I just installed the Z-axis, and again, modifications were needed here also. The main problem was I couldn't put it on the other side because the lock screw for the Z-axis is on that side. And on this side, the handle's kind of in the way. So, and this sensor couldn't go up here because it ran into the handle. So I had to make a block here to extend it down and put the sensor down lower. But it's all hooked up now. That completes the installation of the DRO and the power feed on this little machine shop model 5500 high torque mill. I installed the DR Pro DRO system, and I had a few problems. It took me about a day and a half total to install everything. All the brackets need to be modified, especially the Y bracket. I had to remodify that. Even the Z had to be modified because of the hand wheel on this side and the column lock on this side, and then the X had to be modified also. So it's a lot of modification. I ended up putting the cover on here with double-sided tape. I just put a big long piece the entire length. And I put a shield here. It doesn't cover the whole thing, but it covers most of it. I may have put a sliding system on there later, but I'll do that later. But I got the DRO hooked up, and it all works now, so I'll be starting to use this. Well, I completed these modifications to my mill, which included the air cleaning system, the magnets to hold the parallels in place, the safety shield, and the mini lights. In addition, the installation of the DRO system and the X power feed system. I'm sure there'll be more modifications going forward in the future, and as those become available, I'll make sure I post them. Thank you for watching.